Today, we'll either be starting in Vajrasana, where you're just sitting on your heels if that's more comfortable for you. Otherwise, Virasana, with our knees together, feet wide. So if you want to grab a block or a pillow or a couple blankets to prop your hips off, go for it, and we'll get started shortly. So to set up, if you're taking Vajrasana, just bring your legs together, palms face down. If you're coming into Virasana, go ahead, come onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees together, your feet wider than your hips, and then draw your hands one at a time back to your calves. Press your calves down and out to create a little more space behind the backs of your legs, and then just kind of soften your hips between your heels. Again, if this is too much to drop your hips down to the floor, you can grab a prop and prop your hips up a little bit. In Virasana, spin your pinky toenails down to the floor. Make sure those knees are together. Rest your hands, palms down on your thighs, and everyone just roll out your shoulders a little bit. You can move your head around. Release tension in your upper body as you begin to settle in. Let a little more weight trickle into your tailbone, your shins, the tops of your feet. And then close your eyes. Again, to draw your awareness inward and arrive in this space on your mat, in this body, in this breath. Today, I offer you the intention of shifting your focus to the things you need. These past few weeks, I've been dealing with a calf and Achilles tendonitis injury, and it's forced me to stop running, which is what I want to do, and foam roll and ice and stretch and strengthen, which is what I need to do. And this has required a lot of patience, a different type of energy when I go to foam roll and stretch than when I go to run. And it's also made me look at other areas in my life where I might need to pull away from what I want to do and focus a little more on what I need to do. And even though at times I feel like it's pulling me off track, I know that it will make me stronger when I go back to what I want to do. I know that if I tend to what I need, then I can get back on track quickly, and also maybe when I perform the things I want to do, I'll have even more enjoyment from them because I'll be stronger and more nourished and more ready for those things I want. So today, I invite you as you move through your flow, as you find your breath, to just evaluate and scan. Maybe find those areas in your life where you can shift a little more focus towards the things you need to do. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Drawing awareness to your heart center, bow your forehead to your hand. And gently open your eyes, interlace your fingers, stretch your arms overhead. Move around a little bit here, find more length through your side waist, and also a little more anchoring through your hips. So get heavy in your hips, longer through your side waist. Reach a little more through your arms, press out your palms, find a little length and stillness. Take a big breath into that space, root down through your sit bones, stretch your arms. Keep that length, exhale all the way to empty. Again, inhale, fill up, expand, lengthen. Exhale all the way to empty. Two more, big breath in, root down through your sit bones. Big breath out, stretch longer through your arms. Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, release your arms. Move those shoulders around again. Maybe a couple rolls, some head nods. And when you're ready, release any props out from under you that you may have used and make your way onto all fours. Bring your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, tuck and spread your toes, spread your fingers wide. Let's find a little stretch in the backs of our knees. Start with that right leg. Keep your right toes tucked under, stretch your right leg back behind you. And then use your right toes. Take a couple rocks forwards and backwards, open up that ankle, stretch more behind the back of your right knee. And then find some stillness. Press the floor away with your hands, pull your belly in and up. Now, extend your left arm straight out in front of you, left thumb to the ceiling as if you were going to shake someone's hand, and then elevate your right leg off of the floor. Press more into that right hand to pull your belly in and up again. On an inhale, lift your arm and leg higher, add an arch. Exhale, bend your elbow and knee in, round your spine. Inhale, extend, lift and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale, extend, lift and arch. Exhale and round. One more. Inhale, extend, lift, arch, stay there. Bend your back knee, reach your left arm around, grab for your foot with your left hand. Kick your foot into your hand. Open your chest. Lift your foot and leg higher to the sky. Breathe here for 3. Press the floor away with that right hand. 2. Pull your heart forward and up. 1. Slowly release back to all fours. Reset. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. With those toes tucked under, stretch your left leg back behind you. Use your toes to rock yourself forward and backwards a couple of times. Opening up behind your ankle. Find more space in the back of that left knee. And then settling into stillness. Press the floor away with your hands. Pull your belly in and up. Extend your right arm out in front of you, right thumb to the sky as if you were going to shake someone's hand. Press more into your left hand, lift your belly up, and then lift that left leg. Inhale, arm and leg a little higher, add an arch. Exhale, bend elbow and knee, curl and round. Inhale, extend, lift, arch. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend, lift, arch. Exhale, curl and round. Last time, inhale, extend, lift, arch, stay there. Bend your back knee, reach that right hand behind for your back foot. Kick your foot into your hand. Lift your foot, lift your leg. Pull your heart forward and up. Breathe for 3. Press the floor away with that left hand. 2. 1. Slowly release back to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Lengthen through your spine. Press the floor away with your hands. And take a couple breaths here. Move around. See how this down dog feels. And then extend down and out through both heels evenly. Keep that reach through your heels. Inhale, pull all the way forward into a modified up dog. So stay on the balls of your feet. Pull your chest through your arms, heart forward and up. Keep reaching back through your heels as you pull your heart forward. Take a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again. Inhale, pull forward, modified up dog. Heels reach back, heart pulls forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, modified up dog. Listen closely. Exhale, chaturanga. Bend your elbows, lift your hips. Inhale, press to plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes. Roll your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows in. On an inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. Imagine you could traction your elbows to the back of your space as you pull your heart and the top of your head, so the back of your neck is long, forward and up. Keep pressing into the tops of your feet so much that your knees lift off the floor. Really activate the fronts of your thighs. Take another breath in, lift your chest 2 inches higher. Exhale, release. On the breath, 2 times. Inhale, baby cobra. Find all those little details in one breath. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, take a breath in. Exhale like you're moving through child's pose. Press back, bend those knees, and then lift your hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs and walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Once your feet arrive, open them hip width apart, spread your toes, lift your arches, soften your knees so that your belly can come closer to your thighs, and just give your head and shoulders a little shake. You might open your mouth, stick out your tongue, let go of tension in your jaw. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Use your hands to pull your elbows closer to the floor, to slide your belly further over the fronts of your thighs. Press your heels down and out. Flip your sit bones higher to the sky. Stay in this forward fold. We're going to add a little twist. Soften your left knee. Think of bringing your left armpit to your left knee as you spin and look underneath your right shoulder. Press down more into your right foot and lift your right sit bone high to the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release, come back to center. Bend your right knee. Think of bringing your right armpit to your right knee as you spin and look under your left shoulder. Press into your left foot. Lift that left sit bone high. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release. Let your arms go. Give your head and shoulders another little shake. Stay loose and heavy there. Bend your knees. Slowly unroll all the way up to stand. Once you arrive, take a couple shoulder rolls back here. Step your feet together at the top of your mat. Big toes touch. Hands to prayer in front of your heart. Soften or close your eyes. Lengthen your tailbone to your heels. And as you root down through your heels, let that energy rebound up through the fronts of your legs. Lift your kneecaps. Lift your quadriceps. Lift up through your front hip bones as you draw your navel in and up. Soften your shoulders. Grow longer through the back of your neck, out the top of your head. As you bring your awareness to your breath, to your heart. Find your intention. Perhaps it's the intention of focusing on what you need. Draw your forehead to your hands. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, sweep your arms around and up. Lift your heart, press your palms. Exhale, hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, chest expansion, drive your knuckles down, lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. Soften your face. Inhale all the way up near your collarbone, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, your forehead closer to your shins. Take another big breath in. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen your tailbone back, top of head forward. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Pull your heart forward. Spin your biceps out. Exhale, down dog. Lift your hips. Drop your head. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, rise high on your toes. Gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms around and up. Press your palms. Exhale, hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Can you switch your grip and move to the less dominant grip? Inhale, chest expansion, knuckles down, heart high. Exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. Stay for a big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale, fill up.
As you exhale, release your arms. Inhale, half lift.
Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, press into your feet, lift your knees and thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise high on your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms around and up, press your palms. Last time, exhale, hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, chest expansion. Exhale, forward fold with chest expansion. Inhale, up into your collarbones, grow wide through your chest. Exhale, forehead to your shins. Take another big inhale. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, rise high on your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and stay. Heel to your feet, hip width apart. Soften your knees, reach down for your big toes and yogic toe lap. First two fingers and your thumbs wrap around your big toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine, press your toes into your fingers. Exhale, pull yourself, fingers into toes, into a forward fold. Roll your shoulders around again. Encourage them to slide up your back as you reach the top of your head to the floor. Expand your elbows out to the sides, broaden across your back. Press down and out through your heels to widen across your sit bones. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, can you press down into your feet? And as you exhale, can you pull your head closer to the floor? Take one more breath in like that. Press down into your feet. Breathe in. Exhale, head closer to the floor. Release your hands. Heel to your feet all the way to touch. Big toes together. Inhale, sit low, Utkatasana. Squeeze your knees together, pull your belly in, sit low in your hips. Drag your weight back into your heels and counter that by reaching through your fingers and lifting your heart. Take a big breath in. Exhale, prayer twist right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Press your arm and thigh into each other to spin your left ribs to the ceiling. Inhale, more length from tail to head. Twist a little deeper as you exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana, arms overhead. Exhale, prayer twist left. Hook your right arm to the outside of your left thigh. Press thigh and arm together to spin those right ribs to the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen tail to head. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, Utkatasana, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose and pause. Press the floor weight with your hands around your back. Keep drawing your right thigh to your chest. As you inhale, tap your right knee to the floor. Exhale, lift right back up, thigh to chest. 2 more, inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Gaze forward, step your right foot all the way up between your hands. Lower your back knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent moon, reach your arms forward, up and back, and breathe here. Wiggle your shoulders around a little bit. Try and work your biceps back in line with your ears, keeping a softness to your shoulders. Move your pelvis forward. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Trace your gaze and fingers along the ceiling towards the wall behind you. Take a big breath in. Exhale, low lunge, hands to the floor. Lift your back knee. Seal the outer edge of your back foot into the floor. Inhale, cartwheel up, warrior two. As those left fingertips reach back into the back part of your space, bend that front knee towards the front part of your space. Zip up through your inner thighs, draw your belly in and up. Relax your shoulders. Pressing into your feet, inhale, stretch your right leg straight. Exhale, Trikonasana, shift your hips back. Get longer through your right side waist, land your right hand to the floor, reach your left arm high. Draw your outer right hip back. Lengthen your tailbone towards your back heel. Get longer out the top of your head. Press into your feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bend that front knee, reach back with a half bind. Wrap your left arm around you. Try and use your left hand to press your right thigh down and forward. Make more space in your right hip crease. Can you use your left forearm to draw your tailbone down towards the floor? Take a big breath in. Keep that half bind. Exhale, half bound, Parsvakonasana. Right hand lands to the inside of your right foot. Spin your left shoulder open. Anchor more through that back foot. Lengthen your tailbone towards your back heel. Press your right arm into your right knee and let your right ribs rotate to the sky. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Low lunge, hands to the floor, square off. Inhale, low lunge twist, right arm high. Exhale, Vashisthasana, roll to the outer edge of your left foot, stack that right leg. As you inhale, float your hips higher, maybe float that right leg. Exhale, Chaturanga, find your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. This time, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Wide lunge. On an inhale, pull your heart forward. Let your hips heavy. Exhale, pull your hips back. Soften your head. Stretch both legs long. Again. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Bend your left knee. Exhale, stretch. One more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Stay here and breathe. Keep that outer left hip drawing back. Think of pulling your heart forward towards the top of your mat as you soften your head. Stay for 3, 2, 1. Rebend your left knee. From here, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Full prayer squat. Bend your knees deeply. Press your elbows into your knees. Scoop your tailbone forward and then suck up through your pelvic floor. Energize there. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise up. Arms reach high. Exhale, right back into prayer squat. Bend those knees. One more time. Press to your feet. Lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, rise. Arms up. Exhale, prayer squat. Take another breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hands down. Lift those hips. Keep your feet wide. Just sway your hips and torso right and left. Use that little sway to step your feet little by little all the way back together. Eventually finding big toes touching. Inhale, half lift, reset your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit low, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer twist right, left arm to the outside of your right thigh. Arm and leg press against each other. Spin those ribs to the sky. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, Utkatasana, arms up. Exhale, prayer twist left. Right arm, left leg press together. Inhale, lengthen, tail to head. Exhale, twist. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, step or jump, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose, and pause. Press the floor away with your hands. Pull your left thigh to your chest. Inhale, tap your left knee to the floor. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, tap.
Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, tap. Exhale, thigh to chest. Stay here. Step your left foot between your hands. Lower your back knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent moon, reach forward, up and back, and breathe. Wiggle those shoulders around. Sneak your biceps back in line with your ears. Let your pelvis move forward, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Trace your gaze and fingers along the ceiling towards the wall behind you. Inhale into that stretch. Exhale, low lunge, hands to the floor. Lift your back knee. Seal the back edge of your back foot into the floor. Inhale, cartwheel up, warrior two, and breathe. Get wider through your arms, get wider through your legs, but at the same time, suck up through your inner thighs. Find that lift through your pelvic floor and abdominals, a softness to your shoulders. Press your feet, inhale, stretch your left leg straight. Exhale, Trikonasana. Left hand lightly lands as that right arm reaches up. Draw your outer left hip back. Lengthen your tail to your back heel. And as you press more into that back foot, lengthen out the top of your head. Spin your heart to the sky. Press into your feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bending that front knee, reach back with a half bind. Wrap your right arm behind you. Use that right hand to guide your left thigh down and forward. Lift your left hip crease to the ceiling. Reach more through that left arm. Big breath in. Keep that half bind. Exhale, half bound Parsvakonasana. Left hand to the inside of your left foot. Roll your right shoulder open. Lean your torso back. Ground more through your back foot as you lengthen out the top of your head and reach your right sit bone towards your right heel. Use your left arm to press your left knee open. Turn your left ribs to the sky. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Low lunge, hands to the floor, square off. Inhale, low lunge twist, left arm high. Exhale, Vashisthasana. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Stack that left leg. Inhale, float your hips higher. Maybe float that left leg. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Nice wide, long lunge. Inhale, pull your heart forward, heavier hips. Exhale, stretch both legs long, draw your hips back. Drop your head. Again, inhale, bend, reach your heart forward. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch, and stay. Keep that outer right hip pulling back as your heart reaches forward and down. Relax your head for 3, 2, 1. Rebend your right knee. From here, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, full prayer squat. Press those knees open wide. Scoop your tailbone forward and then lift up through your pelvic floor. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise, arms up. Exhale, lower back down. Again, inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Stay here, let a breath in. Exhale, forward fold, hands down, hips high. Keep those feet wide and just sway side to side. Let that sway walk your feet in towards each other until they touch. Big toes together. Let's smooth out our flow. Inhale, half lift, reset your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit low, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer twist right. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer twist left. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Stay here. Inhale, tap, knee to floor. Exhale, press the floor away, thigh to chest. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift and step your right foot between your hands. Lower your back knee. One big breath. Inhale, crescent moon, reach up and back. Exhale, low lunge, hands down, lift your back knee. Inhale, warrior two, back foot down, cartwheel up. Exhale, Trikonasana, stretch your right leg straight, pitch over. Inhale, half bound reverse warrior, bend that right knee. Wrap your left arm behind you. Exhale, half bound, Parsvakonasana, right hand down. Breathe here for 3. Spin that left shoulder open. 2, 1. Low lunge, hands to the floor, square off. Inhale, low lunge twist, right arm high. Exhale, Vashisthasana, roll to the outer edge of your left foot, stack those legs. Inhale, float your hips higher, maybe float that right leg. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, look forward. Exhale, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, pull your hips back. 2 more, inhale, look forward. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Rebend that left knee. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, prayer squat. Scoop your tail forward, lift through your pelvic floor. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer squat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer squat. Stay here, take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold, hands down, hips high, sway those hips. Slowly walk your feet in, all the way to touch. Last time, inhale, half lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer twist right. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer twist left. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose, pause. Inhale, tap the floor. Exhale, press the hands down, lift the thigh to chest. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift and step your left foot between your hands. Drop your back knee. 1 breath, inhale, crescent moon, reach up and back. Exhale, low lunge, hands down, lift your back knee. Inhale, warrior two, back foot down, cartwheel up. Exhale, Trikonasana, left leg long, reach. Inhale, half bound, reverse warrior. Bend your left knee, wrap that right arm behind. Exhale, half bound, Parsvakonasana. Stay and breathe for 3. Roll your right shoulder open. 2, press into your back foot. 1, low lunge. Inhale, low lunge twist, left arm high. Exhale, Vashisthasana, roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Inhale, float your hips high, maybe float that left leg. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend, heart forward. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Rebend that right knee. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, prayer squat. Scoop your tail forward, zip up through your pelvic floor. Press down to rise, inhale up. Exhale, prayer squat. 1 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer squat, stay here. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold, hands down, hips high, sway, side to side. And this time, just walk your feet in, hip width apart. Soften your knees. Padahastasana, lift your feet. Slide your entire hands underneath your feet. Bring those toes to your wrist creases. Give them a little massage. On an inhale, lengthen your spine. Find space in your hip creases. Exhale, press your hands into your feet, feet into hands, and pull yourself into a forward fold. Give those shoulders a little roll again. Slide them up your back, away from your ears. Elbows bend out to the sides to help widen your back. Press down and out through your heels. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale your breath down into your heels. Exhale, pull your head closer to the floor. Take one more breath. Full breath out. Release your hands. Heel to your feet all the way to touch. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit low, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer twist right. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer twist left. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Listen closely. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky and breathe. Gaze to your left foot. That's where we're headed. Keep that right leg reaching up and back as you walk your hands back to your left foot. Standing splits at the back of your mat. Draw your forehead closer to your left shin. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. From here, crawl your fingers out about a foot. So you're almost in a half lift on those fingertips. And then scorpion dog your right leg. Open your hip, bend your knee. Maybe reach back with your left hand to grab a hold of that foot. And then kick your foot into your hand. Try and stack your right knee over your left hip. With that right arm reaching a little bit out in front of you, maybe start to twist your gaze underneath your right shoulder. Keep pressing into your left foot, lifting up and out through that right knee for 3, 2, 1. Release your left hand to the floor, standing split, square off. Keep that right leg lifted, crawl all the way out into 3-legged dog. Inhale, lift your right leg a little higher. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot forward, lower your back knee. Inhale, crescent moon, reach forward, up and back. Exhale, prayer twist right. Press your palms, hook your left arm to the outside of your right thigh. Take your time. Use your hands, as you press your hands together, use that leverage to span your left ribs around. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Get a little longer through the top of your head. Keep all of that happening, stay, or maybe tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. If that back knee is lifted, really lift the back of your left thigh to the sky. Keep reaching out the top of your head. Try and breathe into that length as you inhale, and use your exhale to twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release your hands to the floor. Skandasana to the left. Crawl all the way to the left. Turn your left toes out. Pivot your right toes to the ceiling. Press your left knee open with your left elbow. Pull your heart forward. Get heavier in your hips. Option to keep your hands on the floor. Maybe bring your hands to prayer for a balance. Arms might open wide or even bind around that left leg. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Take another big breath in. Big breath out. Release your hands to the floor. Pressing on that left foot, wide-legged straddle. Stretch your left leg straight. Turn your toes in, heels out. Reach down for your big toes in yogic toe lock. On an inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, fold. Spin your inner thighs back, lift those sit bones high. Get wider through your collarbones and reach your collarbones to the floor. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Can you fold a little deeper as you exhale? Release your hands. Soften your knees, slowly unroll all the way up to stand. Setting up for warrior 2, you might need to widen your stance a little bit. Keep those left toes turned in, turn your right toes straight out, reach your arms wide. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, extended side angle, right hand down, left arm high, working that left arm either into a half or full bind. If you're taking that full bind, reach for your left fingers or left wrist. Work to stretch your arms a little longer. Everyone keep their right buttock wrapping under as you lean your upper back back. Option to stay here or work towards Bird of Paradise. Birds of Paradise, turn your gaze to the floor. Hop your left foot all the way forward to the top of your mat. Shift your weight into your left foot. Lighten up those right toes. Pull your belly in and start to rise up to stand. This might be where you stay. Maybe stretch your right leg straight. Maybe gaze over your left shoulder for 3, 2, 1. Slowly rewind. We'll all meet up and extended side angle. Opening your arms wide. Right hand to the floor, left arm high. Take a big breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Hands to the floor, square off. Inhale, low lunge, twist, right arm high. Exhale, Vashisthasana. Everyone, inhale, float your right leg. Exhale, land to the ball of your right foot behind your left leg. Keep that left leg straight, rock star. Press your left hand down, lift your hips. Reach your right arm to the front of your space. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Move through plank and lower all the way to the floor. Gorgeous, take a breath. Untuck your toes, walk your legs together. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Bend your knees, reach back behind you for your feet or your ankles. And then take a second here. Think of walking your knees towards the back of your mat. And then press your pelvis into the floor. Roll your shoulders back. Now inhale, lift everything away from the floor. Kick your feet in your hands, lift your thighs. Open across your chest, stay soft across your forehead. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release, left cheek to the floor, look right, let go. Drop your weight into the earth. Notice your breath. Slow down. Bring your forehead to the floor. Hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale, just like we did earlier. Exhale like you're passing through child's pose. Bend those knees into downward dog. Take a moment. Flutter your lips, open your mouth, pedal your legs, whatever you need. And on an inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Gaze to your right foot. That's where we're headed. Start to walk your hands back to your right foot. Standing splits at the back of your mat. Draw your forehead closer to your shin. Keep that left leg lifting high. And now almost like a half lift, walk your fingers forward about a foot or so. Scorpion dog that left leg. Open your hip, bend your knee. Maybe reach back for your lifted foot with your right hand. If so, kick your foot into your hand. Work to stack your knee over your right hip. And maybe drop your head and turn your gaze under your left shoulder. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, standing splits. Release your right hand to the floor. Square off your hips. Stretch your left leg long. Keep that left leg lifted. Crawl all the way out into 3-legged dog. Inhale, lift your left leg a little higher. Exhale, low lunge. Left foot forward. Drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent moon, reach forward, up and back. Exhale, prayer twist left. Hook your right arm to the outside of your left thigh. Press those palms together. Draw your shoulder blades together down your back as you lengthen out the top of your head. Option to stay, or maybe tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. If that knee lifts, try and lift the back of your thigh to the ceiling. Keep bending your front knee deeply as you lengthen out the top of your head. Use your inhale to lengthen. Use your exhale to twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release your hands to the floor. Skandasana to the back of your mat. Crawl your hands all the way to the right. Turn your right toes out. Pivot your left toes to the ceiling. Press your right knee open with your right elbow. Heavy your hips as you pull your heart forward. Good options here. Hands can stay down. Maybe hands to prayer, arms wide, or bind around that right leg. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release your hands to the floor, pressing off that right foot. Wide-legged straddle. Stretch your right leg long. Turn your toes in, heels out. Yogi's choice this time around. Tripod headstand, maybe a chest expansion. Grab outer heels or a big toe lock again. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold. Wherever you are, 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands. Soften your knees and roll all the way up to stand. Setting up for Warrior 2, you might need to widen your stance a touch. Keep those right toes turned in. Turn your left toes straight forward. Take a big breath in, prepare. Exhale, extended side angle, left hand down, right arm high, and then work either into a half or full bind. Take your time. On that full bind, work to stretch your arms a little straighter. Everyone, wrap your left buttock under, lean your upper back. Option to stay here or work towards birds of paradise. Gazing to the floor, hop your right foot all the way to the top of your mat. Shift your weight into your right foot, lighten those left toes. Slowly firm your belly in and start to rise. This might be where you stay. Keep pressing into your right foot, maybe stretch that left leg long. Maybe gaze over your right shoulder for 3, 2, 1. Retrace your steps. We'll all meet up in extended side angle. Stretching those arms wide. Take a big breath. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, low lunge, twist, left arm high. Exhale, Vashisthasana. This time, everyone, inhale, float that left leg. Exhale, rock star. Land the ball of your left foot to the outside of your right leg. Keep your right leg long. Press your right hand down and forward. Lift your hips, reach your left arm to the front of your space. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Move through plank and lower all the way to the floor. Walk your legs together. Dhanurasana one more time. Bend those knees. Reach for your feet or ankles. Walk your knees to the back of your mat. Anchor your pelvis down. Inhale, lift. Really kick your feet in your hands. Lift your thighs. Roll your shoulders open. Breathe here for 3. Can you lift a little higher? 2, 1. Release. Right cheek to the floor. Look left. And let go. Heavier body. Let go of the effort. Allow your breath to breathe its own rhythm, its own pace. Bring your forehead to the floor, hands under your shoulders. Let a breath in, tuck those toes. Exhale, move through a small child's pose in a down dog. Just like we did earlier, bent knees to down dog. Take what you need here. And on an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, look forward. Exhale, pigeon on the right. Slide your right shin forward. Walk your left knee and left toes back. If you need some lift under that right hip and you have your block or blanket nearby, feel free to place that prop there. Sit up tall as you breathe in. And as you exhale, fold. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Soften through your jaw. Watch your breath as it fills your body. Walk your hands back in. Tuck your back toes. Find any version of down dog that provides release for your hips. Pedal legs, lift that right leg, shake it out, whatever feels good on your body. And then inhale your left leg to the sky, look forward. Exhale, pigeon on the left. Slide your left shin forward. Walk your right knee and right toes back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Close your eyes again. And you let your weight surrender and drop into this posture. Let go of resistance. Let go of gripping. Sometimes we do avoid tending to the things we need because they're hard. They're often challenging. They often require that intense amount of patience and a different energy sometimes than what we enjoy or gravitate towards. And that's where it's important for us to focus and to acknowledge the truth and take time to tackle those challenges, to tend to your needs. Walk your hands back in. Tuck your back toes, any version of down dog, last down dog of the class. Find a release. Observe any difference in your body, physically, mentally, energetically. On an inhale, rise high on your toes, gaze past your hands. Bend your knees, jump your feet through your hands, have a seat. Straight away, lift those legs, Navasana. Pull your belly in. Lift thighs to chest. Take a big breath in. Squeeze your chest and thighs as you exhale. This time as you inhale, lower halfway down. Hover your feet, hover your shoulders. Exhale, squeeze chest to thighs. Two more like that. Inhale, hover. Exhale, squeeze chest to thighs. Last one, inhale, hover. Exhale, squeeze chest to thighs. Soles of your feet together, knees open wide. Baddha Konasana. Sit up tall, take a breath in. Exhale and fold. Roll those shoulders down your back. Soften through your neck, maybe even sway your head side to side. Make your way up to sit. Gently close your knees, reach your arms out in front of you, pull your belly in, and unroll one vertebra at a time. Legs up the wall, lift your legs, ground your pelvis. Keep a softness to your knees, to your ankles, to your feet. Palms can turn to the ceiling, close your eyes. Allow your body a little restorative moment, letting the blood flow from your feet up your legs with a little more ease. Your way into happy baby. Flex your feet to the ceiling. Grab hold of the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees to the outsides of your torso. Option to stay still, maybe to rock side to side, or even stretch one or both legs straight. And draw your knees to your chest. Bring both hands to your right knee. Stretch your left leg long. Inhale as you squeeze that right thigh in. Exhale, draw your thigh across your chest to the left, gaze to the right. Inhale, back to center. Swap out those legs, hug your left knee in, stretch your right leg long. Inhale, squeeze thigh to chest. Exhale, draw that thigh across your chest to the right. Look left. Back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Squeeze everything into a tight, tight ball. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, release. Set up for final rest. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Close your eyes. And see if you can let go of what you think you need, and allow the truth to reveal itself. breath up and around your heart. All the way down to your fingertips and your toe tips. Add some wiggles there. Roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles, turn your head side to side. And draw your knees in towards your chest. Roll to your right side and take an extra breath here. Acknowledging that once you tackle those things you need, you'll have more time, more space, and more enjoyment for the things you want. When you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. Draw your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. Oprah Winfrey. The divine light in you bows to the divine light in you. Namaste.